What is going on? Today we are going to be looking at YouTube channels. So if you are a new creator, a small creator, even if you're a creator who has experience, we are going to be looking at YouTube channels today. This is all free, courtesy of TubeSpanner, which is the YouTube channel that we are on today. So if you are somebody that's never been here before, if you're watching this on the replay, first, I encourage you to just sit back and, listen to all the stuff that we talk about during this stream and kind of cross-reference this with your channel to make sure that you're doing the things that we talk about today and that you're not doing the things that we talk about today also in terms of some of the things that people are doing on the mistake side. In addition to that, I do want to let you know if this is your first time here for this, like I said, this is all free, courtesy of TubeSpanner. And the cool thing is that all you have to do to participate is I'm going to put words on the screen. And when I put those words on the screen, all you have to do is type those words into the chat. And when you type that word into the chat, then we randomly pick one using StreamYard's giveaway tool. So it's really cool, really easy to do. And, you get to have your channel looked at, because I know it's important for people to get feedback, especially if you're the only person in your circle that does this sort of thing. You might not have anybody that you can actually rely on to give you good, solid information about things that you're doing good or things that you're doing bad. So because of that, we're here to help. Now, with that said, I'm not sure exactly how long this stream is going to be today. Yesterday, I had emergency surgery on my tooth. I had one taken out like a long time ago, but I have the one next to that, that I've got like a cavity in there and it hit like the root or whatever. So they had to go in there and kind of drill everything out. And they've got these temporary things on there, and they're going to be doing it when I get back from the UK for like a full, root canal and all that good stuff. So not looking forward to that, but doesn't matter. We're still here. It's not hurting right now. I'm on medication, but my mouth is just like a little bit weird compared to what it normally is. But I also want to remind anybody here that just happens to be in the UK, and we're going to get into the reviews right here in just a second. But I also want to remind anybody that is here that might be in the UK that TubeSpanner is sponsoring tubefest.live, which is happening in the UK on the 23rd of May. So if you are in the UK or if you can get to the UK, I invite you to come join me at TubeFest. It's going to be in Birmingham in the UK, and it's going to be a really good time. Really looking forward to it. And so you can get your tickets for that at tubefest.live. Case Keys says, make sure to take care of your teeth. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm pretty good with that. But, every now and then, I guess, it slips by. So, just how it happens sometimes. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the channel reviews so that we can get this party started right. So the very first one, or the very first word, is TubeSpanner. And again, as a reminder for this, all you have to do is put TubeSpanner on the screen and or put it in the chat, and then these will be pulled up, as it selects you from the chat. Right now, we got 2 entries in here, so we're going to let a few people come in here and add to that. And then once we get a handful of entries, then we'll go ahead and hit the draw button and pull it. But one thing I do want to let you know is you only need to put it in there one time. So just put it in there once, and then we got you covered. But one thing I want to bring to your attention really quick is that TubeSpanner, if you're already a TubeSpanner user, I'm not going to give you like a full tour yet because I was going through it, and because right now they're still pushing some of the updates, so it's a little bit buggy. But they've completely redone the inside. The navigation's a lot easier now. It's easier to find everything that you need. Everything about it is just a gazillion times better and more modernized than it used to be. So really excited for those of you that are already using TubeSpanner for you to go in there and start using it and get your feedback. Like I mentioned before, there are, bugs because they're in the process right now of just updating all the pages, and that's a major deal, and updating all the infrastructure behind it. So because of that, if you are clicking around, you do run into any bugs, please send an email to support@tubespanner.com so that they can be informed of any bugs that you run into, so we can make sure that they get all those patched up. But super cool. Love the look. As part of the rebrand, they're changing from red to purple. So I was trying to be clever with the thumbnail today, which Jerry noticed, to where it starts on one side with the red and then kind of, has a gradient that kind of slides over into the purple. So just trying to be, clever and fun there. Got to entertain ourselves as creators in some way, even if it's symbolically, right? All right. So we got 29 entries here. So I'm going to wait for one more. And maybe we'll see. I'll wait for one more. I'm just going to give it just a few seconds, give the last person here one chance to hop in here. And 3, 2, 1, we're just going to go ahead and pull it. Here we go. So what we look at, for those of you that this is your first time here, so what we look at is we look at your titles, we look at your thumbnails, depending on, what's going on with your channel. We're going to look at the structure of your channel. We're going to look at, how often you're publishing videos. We're going to look at, are you using your community feed or not? Are you filling out your descriptions? Are you missing opportunities in your descriptions? All kinds of different things. We are going to try to keep a little bit of a cap on how long I spend, because I tend to get a little bit wordy and tend to, go really into it. But I want to get, more people, up so that we can look at your channels. So I'm going to try to, give some tips and then move on to another one without spending way, too much time on each individual one. So let me go ahead and open up YouTube here, and then I will find you, K-Skis. What's going on? Hope that you're doing fantastic. Oops, that didn't work. Nope, that didn't work either. Let's see here. Let me go back over to this. K-Skis, copy. Bam, there we go. All right. All right, so monthly gaming videos on anime game challenges and rants. Okay, fantastic. So it's anime games and challenges, which I'm guessing here these challenges are also related to the games that you are playing, which is cool. Let's see here. Hey there, anime games challenges, good. Hey, really quick, don't even worry about having this on here anymore. Like, this is something that we used to do back in the day, but since YouTube has updated this display, it's, as you can see how messy that looks right there. Let me make this a little bit bigger here so everybody can see it. There we go. So you can see right here how just kind of messy that is and how it kind of takes away from everything else. So right now I just removed this this link, and really these days it doesn't even work on mobile anymore. So I wouldn't even worry about having that there. That used to be a thing that we'd recommend all the time, but these days, you don't have to worry about that. I would just focus on the other link that you have here. For you, this is anime and gaming. Okay, so these are all still relevant, which is good. You haven't uploaded in a while, at least for the long form content. So really quick, the very first thing I just want to mention to you is, and I'm going to hit your short shelf here in just a second. You might be carrying the weight there. But when it comes to YouTube, it's really helpful, right? This one's a month ago. This one's 3 months ago, 7 months ago, 9 months ago. And these are from your, recent uploads, 9 months ago, 9 months ago. So it looks like you had a good run there. And then you stopped for a while, and then stopped for a while again, stopped for a while. So the thing that will hurt you more than anything on YouTube is this type of thing. I've seen tons of channels that will do this type of thing, and they just never get the chance to get off the ground. Once you get off the ground and you have that audience, and YouTube has a super clear understanding, and people know when they see your content that it's going to be good, all that stuff, that's where you can get away with that sort of thing a little bit better, but it's still not something that you want to do. But I would definitely make sure that you are, if you're wanting to do this, seriously, I recommend that you start uploading more frequently, or at least hit some type of cadence. Like if it's once a month, with this type of content, I would try to get out, at least as a worst case scenario, bi-weekly long form videos if you can. If you can do it weekly, that would be even better. But let me explain why this is important. One, algorithmically, it's important because right now you don't have anything new that's really trying to get in front of new people that will give you the, that will just expose you to new people that are interested in this sort of thing. During that testing period, when you have that new tag on your videos, it hurts you there. It also hurts you from just falling out of practice. Like I'm learning how to play the guitar right now, right? And with this, when we went to Japan, because I play it every day for quite some time, every day. And I was getting into this zone, all right, I'm starting to, my fingers are starting to work a little bit better. And the mind finger connection is, starting to come together. And I took a week, 10 days actually. And I went to Japan, and I didn't play guitar the whole time that I was there. And when I came back, I had to, kind of work on it for a while just to get up to the point again that I was before I left for that 10-day break. And it's getting ready to happen again here when I go to the UK. But the idea that I'm trying to express is when you're not practicing the thing, whatever it is that you're trying to excel at, when you're not practicing the thing on a regular basis, it keeps you rusty, right? And it doesn't really give you a chance to like really improve and really get good at the thing that you're doing. So because of that, you know, if this is important to you in terms of something that you're trying to grow into something, the very first thing that I recommend to you is just publishing more content. Now, if you went into being a shorts channel, which is possible, then okay, you don't have any comments on this yet. Then in that particular case, you know, that's a little bit better. Yeah, still, even with this, you know, it's been since, you know, yeah, it's been a while since you've published anything. So yeah, so I'm going to look at a different channel just because, you know, I want to, like in your particular case, the thing that you got to work on is just publishing videos. And, you know, to be honest, like when it comes to being a content creator, that's one of the hardest things, you know, and one of the things you're going to hear me talk about, one of the things you're going to hear everybody who makes content talk about is that when it comes to YouTube, if it's something that you want to do for an extended period of time and something that you want to get good at, then it's important to make sure that you are continually doing the thing so that you can, you know, practice, you know, doing the thing. And so that you can work the process of doing the thing of creating content and, you know, doing that whole bit so that you can work that process into your lifestyle so that it just becomes a normal rhythm with what it is that you do. And when you take that approach and the first priority is let me work this into the process of, you know, my day-to-day life over the course of a week or a month and reserve the time to do it, then in that particular case, it creates that that opportunity for you to put out content on a regular basis, learn from that content, improve, and, you know, constantly be working on your skills and practicing your skills. So let's see here. So the next question that or the next word is purple. So let's go ahead and get purple up on the screen. And while that is coming in, I just wanted to give a shout out to Creator Classroom. What's going on? Hope you're doing great. One Step. Hope you're doing awesome. Jerry, Papa Andrea, hope that you are doing fantastic as well. Let's see here. Circle H Scuba. What's going on? Hope you are doing great. Backstrap Man, Otaku News. Hope that you're doing awesome too. Road Reality. What's up? Hope that you are doing great. Crispy Skates in the house. One of the best channel names on YouTube, in my opinion. Love Crispy Skates, the channel name. The Renaissance, what's going on? Hope that you're doing great. Yeah, it's great. Snazzy Vegan Life, Suburban Acreage, what's up? Hope you're doing great. And Tube Spanner in the house up here as well. What's going on, Danielle? Hope that you are also doing awesome. All right. No people, no problems. It's purple. Creator calls purple. So we're at 35 right now. So I'm going to give it just a few more seconds here, and then we're going to pull it. So we're at 35. All right, we're just going to hit it. Here we go. Creaky, what's up, dude? Nice to see you in here. Hope that you're doing fantastic. Triathlon with Coach John. What's up, John? Hope you're doing awesome, man. It's been a while. Hope that you are doing great. All right, let's see what we got here. All right. So the very first thing is let's work on just making sure everything's clear. So Triathlon Made Easy, tips, tricks, training, and gear. So you're completely focused on people doing triathlons, which is fantastic. Triathlon with Coach John. We're dedicated to helping you start into triathlon, learn about triathlon, and help you. And then that goes off there, but that's okay. The important stuff is up here, which is what it should be. Driving people to your website as a priority. Super smart there, because then you're getting people, you know, off site. So one thing that I recommend, I'm not sure if you are, let's see, looking for anything new. Okay, so we got one here from 3 weeks ago, long form video 3 days ago. Okay, so the very first thing that I recommend, John, and this is for the people that are hitting your channel page. So at scale, if you're not getting, you know, tons of views, this isn't going to be that impactful, but it's still a best practice that you should do just to make sure that you have everything, you know, correct. So currently what's happening, just so I can explain what I'm getting ready to say, currently what's happening is for the people that come to your channel page and they, are like, okay, hey, I love John's videos, I'm going to go and look for more. You are introducing them to the short form content first. And the unfortunate side of that is that you're driving them into content that you can't really get much watch time for. You can't really even develop a relationship with people with the short form content unless they're watching videos back to back. So because of that, the very first thing that I would do is you can keep these on the channel page if you are like, okay, I think these are of value to the people that are interacting with my content. But I would move them way down the page. So the very first thing that people should see is this right here. You can customize this if you wanted to have, most recent uploads from, Triathlon with Coach John or something like that if you wanted to. But the idea is you want to put these up towards the top. And the reason that you want to put these up towards the top is a multi-layer reason. The very first reason is because one, it shows people that you are actively uploading content that's long form content for people that are into that. I see here that you are uploading shorts, and that would tell me that you're active on the channel, which is a win. But when it comes to the video content, I would definitely prioritize this particular playlist so that people can quickly and easily see that you're uploading long form content on a regular basis for the people that are trying to do that deeper learning with you. And the higher level reason for this is because, okay, there's the making it easy for the viewer side, right? And then the higher level thing is when people are interacting with your channel page and the first content they see is your fresh content, for the people that maybe they watched this video from a year ago and then they end up coming to your channel page and they're scrolling down your channel page and they see this that you updated or that you uploaded 3 days ago or that you uploaded 1 month ago. When they see this stuff, for the people that click into these and they enjoy that content, first off, they're super primed for it in terms of like they're already exploring more about you. So when those people click into this content, as long as they have a good experience with that content, for every person that does that, it tells YouTube this type of viewer is really enjoying this content, right? So not only does it help that they watched one video, hit your channel page, and then went and found more content to watch so that they're watching videos back to back, but it's also telling YouTube that this video specifically, as long as they have a good experience with that video, of course, that this video specifically is being enjoyed by this type of viewer. And that can help just fine tune who it is that's seeing that content. So I would definitely get that up to the top as soon as you possibly can. For everything else, you're already organizing content for your viewers down here. So all of that's fine. But I would just make sure that you are prioritizing that recent content. If you want to put your shorts under that, that's fine. But I'd put them even farther down so that you can get people, interacting with some of that longer form content as well, just through your channel page, because those are the people that are the most engaged in what it is that you're doing, because they're literally hitting your channel page because they're wanting more, right? They're wanting more from you. They're wanting to see the other stuff that you make. They're wanting to watch other videos and so on, and they hit your channel page to do it. So because of that, I would prioritize that as soon as you can. Let's see here. Next, let's get into the nitty gritty stuff now. Okay, first, let's just do some best practice stuff. Okay, using your community tab, you could use it more, right? Just like we all can. But the fact that you're using it is definitely a win. Are you getting much activity? Let's see, if you're trying to race something on triathlon, keep it fresh. What would you race? Let's do definitely bike. Okay, yeah, so you're getting some people, interacting, which is good. A little bit here on the behind the scenes stuff. Okay, yeah, so you're using this, that's good. I would definitely try to use it more, if you can, because it's a good way to get people into your content or to bring people back into your channel. Whoa, hey, 2 months ago. Hey, congratulations. Love it. Absolutely love it. Congratulations to you for your engagement. Super exciting. Love it, love it, love it. But let's see here. Let's keep on going. Okay, so you got the podcast. That's good. You don't need live streams. 11 months ago, so you stopped streaming. That's fine. We already looked at your shorts. Okay. So a few things here that I want to bring to your attention. Of course, I can't speak for the actual video content itself, but we're going to look at everything from the outside here. So currently, for somebody that logs onto YouTube's homepage, or they see this in a suggested video, currently, this doesn't have anything that is super obvious. I know you have the word triathlon in the title, but they got to get to the title, right? You don't have anything super obvious here that makes it crystal clear that this is about a triathlon, or that you're trying to reach those people. Yes, you have shoes in here. Yes, you have an arrow pointing to the shoes, but that's not a crystal clear thing, right? Because you got a bunch of different shoes in here, and then it's more focused on like must-have gear. So some people, it'll grab their attention. But one thing that I recommend that you try is to update this thumbnail with something that is a little bit more clear. So for example, this video here, how you're focusing on the bike, this absolutely helps people that are interested in the bike side of triathlons know that this has something to do with that, right? Over here, there's a crystal clear focus on the shoe, right? You have scary fast, which doesn't really add much to it, but you do have a really crystal clear focus on the shoe. And that by itself, would help this stand out for people that are interested in that. So the message that I'm trying to share here, and this applies to all of us, is when you are publishing videos to YouTube, run it through this exercise, right? When it comes to your packaging, think to yourself, for the target viewer that I'm trying to reach with this, what about this thumbnail is going to make this stand out to them? Like, what about it? Like, what about this thumbnail is going to make it just stupid obvious that this has something to do with something that they care about? If you were like a, over the top, like Mr. Beast type channel, they do that. Other channels like him, they do that through the stylistic choice of how they put their thumbnails together, and that whole genre of content, it looks similar, right? When it comes to this type of thing, for anybody here that makes content on something specific, motorcycles, crafts, triathlons, anything like that, you want to make sure that you're leveraging that imagery that's going to help people connect with it at a glance. Because if you look at your own viewer habits, and you also look at like just YouTube's homepage when it comes to your own videos, like the things that stand out to you are things that you are interested in. And when you're just sitting there and you're looking at the grid on a computer or on your TV, or you're on your phone, you're going through the mobile feed, you're not stopping at every video and reading every title. You're just kind of flipping through and you're looking for things that grab your attention, right? So when it comes to your content, you got to think of it through that lens. And the reason for that is that's going to help you make sure that, hey, Shark Scrapper, what's up, dude? Hope you're doing awesome. But the thing you got to do is you got to make sure that when you are publishing videos, that from the outside, because you know what the video is about, the content of the video, everything about it. But from the outside, from somebody that wasn't a part of making that content, you have to make it crystal clear for them that it's about something that they care about. So I would update this thumbnail right now. I would update this thumbnail right now. This one, you at least have the word race in there, which is heading in the right direction. But I would definitely, try leveraging more of, this type of imagery, like you're doing with, some of these things. Even here, right? So the most cash and running shoe, Brooks Ghost Max reviewed. Yeah, even here, like good for triathlons, ? Right? Then that way it at least makes it clear for the people that you're trying to reach. But this one did okay. So I think you're okay there, but this one might bring in people that are just into shoes versus people that are into triathlons, which is okay. But who it is that you're really trying to reach is people that are interested in, learning how to train for triathlons. Yeah, this one too, right? Like these types of things, like it's so close, right? Because you have the run in there, right? And you're kind of expressing the idea. And if that run grabs their attention, which it might, because it's up in the top left, if that run grabs their attention, then in that case, they'll look at the title, which is what you ultimately want. But even here, I would experiment and say, okay, let me have this over here. And then maybe on this side, just have like a jogger's or a runner's like feet, like they're in motion of running, or have a bicycle or, something like that. But I'd be experimenting like crazy with your thumbnails for that sort of thing. Even the ones where you have you in it, like here where you are in your, I don't know if a uniform is the right word for that, but when you're in your, I'll just call it an outfit, when you're in your outfit here for the triathlon, even making sure that like, okay, if I am going to do these photos where it's just me, then let me make it to where I'm always wearing one of these, to where people that are into that, to where they'll at least be able to see that I'm, a part of that thing. Because the whole goal is just identification, right? Oh, hey, I'm interested in triathlons. Here's content about it. Even here, like 20 tips for 2024, like 20 triathlon tips. You don't even have to put 2024 on here, but like 20 triathlon tips, right? So then that way it's just super clear because that's who you're trying to reach. And another thing too, right? Those New Balance 840 a dud, my retirement review. Yeah, and here also, like retirement review, this could send the wrong message here. I know that you have retired up here, but as somebody that's not familiar with what's happening on the back of this, I initially got the idea that like you're retired and you are doing triathlons because of that, maybe. But basically, like you're just giving a review based on like your retirement experience is kind of what I got from that. Knowing what it is that you do on the channel, I'm assuming that's not what it is. But for people that are going to be seeing this for the very first time that have never interacted with your channel before, that might add some confusion, right? So I like the very first thing that I would do in your case is I would go through all of your videos and just ask yourself, is this crystal clear for people that are interested in training for a triathlon? If it is, the shoes and you're doing the shoe reviews as well, that's fine. But I would try to make sure that you are using, just some more imagery like this, or maybe put triathlon ? Or something like that to just, try to connect with more of those very specific people. Yeah, this is another one, right? Like from the outside, in terms of grabbing somebody's attention, there's just no clarity on what's going on here, who this might be for, what it might be about, or anything like that. You're 100% dependent on grabbing somebody's attention based on something like who knows if they'd be interested in this or not, and then hoping that they'll read the title. So you're letting the title do all of the work here without giving it the support that it needs from the thumbnail. I'm curious if we go up here, if we can see. Okay. Oh, that's weird. Okay, there we go. No. Yeah, really weird. Yeah, it's not give me 1 second. Let me just refresh this. There we go. Okay. I've been getting these weird view count display issues on my YouTube lately. So here, 6.8 thousand views. Here, triathlon gear mistakes, right? Here, 6.7, how to taper and why triathlon running. I think this one could do better because this is also one of those scenarios. And I mean, granted, this is 3 years ago, but you could probably update this and it would do better. This is one of those scenarios to where people enjoyed the video content enough and they clicked on it enough to where it ended up doing well. If you updated this, I would be surprised if it didn't do even better, because clearly people enjoyed the video, but you could benefit from more people clicking on it. Love this. I would still have something in your title about it being for triathlons, or triathletes. Yeah, here you got the race in there, so you're part of the way there. But this is another one. I think this one could also do better, with the update. It's interesting. Yeah, interesting here on this, how you just took that one and then smacked that over top of it. Love it. But both of them did okay, right? Here, same thing, focused on the shoe. Yeah. So in your case, the very first thing that I would do, man, is I would just spend time just being intentional about the thumbnail. So one of the things, I've got a video coming out. I was going to publish it today, but I had this that I needed to schedule, so it's going to go out tomorrow. But basically, one of that particular video is about things that the best YouTubers do, and one of the items on that list is that they think about the thumbnail and title before they make the video itself, and they think about things like, okay, how is this going to help people identify this is something that they care about? What about this specifically is going to grab their attention? Am I doing anything that's going to distract them from that thing that's going to grab the attention? How does this thumbnail complement, the title that I think I'm going to use? And the whole idea with running the packaging of your thumbnail and title through that process is just making sure that you have all of those boxes checked, right? So it's like, oh, okay, this is the thing that's going to grab their attention. This is the thing that's going to compel them to click on this. Let's see here. So we're going to pull up another one here. And John, and by the way, for anybody that I pull up your channels, John, yours also, K Skis as well. If you have questions about any of the things that I mentioned, feel free to shoot me a DM on either Instagram or on Twitter, and I can add clarity, whatever clarity you need. Just reach out and be like, in the very top of the message, just say that I looked at your channel, on the Tube Spanner channel, and then I can add any clarity. Okay. All right, so the next word is AI scripts. And the reason that I'm using AI scripts is because one of the amazing tools inside of Tube Spanner, and I wish I could show this to you right now, but on my way in to it, I actually ran into an issue just navigating to it. For the AI scripting tool, basically what it is, you put in your video topic, and when you put in your video topic, it basically just writes out a script. So one thing that Tube Spanner doesn't want is they don't want you to have AI do everything for you in terms of just taking the script and run with it. But they, believe in supporting you as a creator through AI. So the idea with the AI scripts is it gives you a starting point, and it's all structured so you can kind of slide things around and do everything as you prefer. We actually have a video about it on the Tube Spanner channel. But basically the idea is that it supports you as a content creator. So if you're like, man, I want to make this video, but I don't really know where to start, it's amazing for that, because then it puts together everything you could say, and then you can go in and customize it, add to it, take things away, whatever it is that you want to do. But it's a really, really awesome tool. Okay, so and just in case you are not familiar with that, for anybody here that's not familiar with Tube Spanner yet, you can check it out at tubespanner.com. Even if you're like, hey, I'm up to here in YouTube tools, I still recommend that you go check it out, because what Tube Spanner is in the process of doing is consolidating all of those tools that you use into one tool. So just make sure you check it out at tubespanner.com and just see all the features and stuff so you can see if it's a good fit for you or not. Okay, so next up on the list, here we go. Real life with Ali. Here we go. Put this in here. Okay, here we go. Okay, first, real life with Ali, declutter, organize, clean, new video weekly. Super crystal clear. Crystal clear. I know exactly what it is that if I was a viewer and I landed on your channel page because I thought you made awesome content and I saw that, I would be like, all right, this is for me. Love it. Okay. So here find decluttering, organizing, cleaning, motivation, tips, and cooking. It gets cut off there, but it's fine. Let's keep going down the page. All of this is relevant, which is good. Okay, also about cleaning, so that's good. You got your videos up here towards the top. You're uploading on a regular basis, which is great. Big focus on the word declutter right here. This is what I mean. So really quick, let me just bring attention to this in terms of just something that she's doing awesome here. So if you look at this video right here, this one, it's not, I got to turn my zoom up. It's all right. I'll just do this so everybody can see it better. There we go. So if you look at this thumbnail right here, right? So here, the title, bathroom clutter must go. So it's just saying like, they're basically, decluttering the bathroom. But the thing that is happening here on this particular video is if you're somebody that's into decluttering and you're watching a lot of decluttering content, this right here, because of one, the yellow, excuse me, the yellow is going to just pull your attention to it in the first place. The yellow with the black text on it, super good move there. But that word declutter, just being really big and bold right there, is a great way to connect with the people that she's trying to reach in this scenario. I think this one could use some work. I'm going to look at that one here in a second. But here, that's fantastic in terms of bringing it to somebody's attention that this is about that, right? Yeah, other things that she could also do in this scenario, just to further illustrate this idea, is she could also have like declutter up here and then have like a little, panel. And then here it's all like messy and a little arrow going over to here that has everything like nice and organized. She could do stuff like that. If she didn't want to be in it, then she could do the same thing where it's just like declutter, exclamation point, same thing. It's split into two, messy here, clean here, that kind of stuff. But she's nailing it. Like, she's achieving the goal of this, which is grab people's attention and let them know what this, what it is that that this is about, something that they care about. This one, Ali, on the other hand, here you have avoid these, and at a glance, I have no idea. Like, I would just skim right over this. Here, don't have these 11 things in your home if you hate cleaning. So, So one thing that you might want to consider here, because you can see this is being blocked and you can't even see what it is. This is being blocked. You can't see what it is. The thing that you're actually pointing to here, you're covering this with text here as well. So one thing that you might want to do with this thumbnail, and I would actually try to do this as fast as you can. I'm not sure if you have YouTube's thumbnail testing tool or not yet. If you do, then I would just test it against this. If not, then you can swap the thumbnails out and then you can just pay close attention to do it manually. Just mark when you changed it and then, update it, pay attention to it for a couple of days, depending on the amount of impressions that it's currently getting. And then if it doesn't help, then in that case, change it back out. But here you don't have these 11 things in your home if you hate cleaning. So since you're trying to reach people here around cleaning, then maybe focusing on one thing here that's a lot more clear around, like, I'm not sure all the different points that you made in your video, but focusing on one thing here that's just a little bit more obvious. So for example, here since you have the 3 panels and you can't really see what they are anyway, I don't think it's really adding anything to this thumbnail. So just maybe picking one of them. Maybe it's this one back here. Maybe it's this. I would pick the thing that's the most clear and obvious that it has something to do with decluttering and or cleaning, I guess, in this particular case. And I would zoom in on it so that it's more clear here. So I'm not sure exactly what it is that you talked about here in the video itself. But I would try to find something that you would focus on here, just so it's more clear that it's about cleaning, right? To declutter in 60 seconds or less. Yeah, same thing here. This one, 1 minute rule, because you are trying to reach people that are into decluttering. One thing that I would experiment with here, I wonder if you've done it elsewhere. Yeah, like right here, boom. So one thing that I would definitely experiment with here also is also, doing like a panel, seeing how that works, just like you did on, this particular one. I would definitely experiment with that because, again, the goal of this right here is to grab somebody's attention based on the things that they care about and then pull them into the video, right? So the thumbnail grabs their attention, and in some cases will pull them in by itself. And then the title itself, does the rest of the lifting on that. So I would also experiment with this particular thumbnail as well and do that same thing. Just try to make it more clear that it's about decluttering. This word, because you have it in all caps, it might stand out to people as they're scrolling, but I would definitely workshop that particular thumbnail, both of these actually, and try to make it just a little bit more a little bit more clear. Love what you did here from the shot inside the dryer. Oh, that's awesome. Deep clean your dryer. Yeah, I think that's pretty clear. People didn't seem to, care about that one right now, but how to deep clean your dryer inside and out. I'm guessing that you're targeting YouTube search for the how to deep clean your dryer, but that's a super clean looking thumbnail. One thing that you might also want to try to experiment with here, just because you're not getting, a similar response to some of the newer stuff that you're doing. One thing to experiment with here is just see if you take these off, if people respond to it better. Because here, it's still like, okay, we got all these clothes. The person's in this thing. It looks like the inside of a dryer. And see if that by itself will grab attention, because it's just experimentation, right? See if that will grab attention to help them look down to the title. Massive whole house declutter, 2 hours. Interesting. Very interesting. So I don't know if you can do, oh my gosh, 179,000 here. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I don't know if you're open for this or if you have the bandwidth, because I know it takes a lot of time. But at a quick glance, I'm sure you're already aware of this, but just for everybody else here, the thing that grabbed my attention and is continuing to grab my attention is if you look at this, like one of the things that you'll always hear myself and people who make content like me that help creators, one of the things that you'll hear people say is like, when you have something that's working, try to lean into it as much as you can. 7 months ago, a 2-hour whole house clean, declutter and organize, 206,000 views. We've got, looking for those long timestamps again. We've got this one an hour and 50 minutes, almost 2 hours, 179,000 views. Same concept about the declutter. And then we've got, where did I see the other one? Here, this one's 83,000 a month ago. So that one might get there too. If you have the bandwidth, I don't know if you do, but I mean, I would try, so when it comes to YouTube as a creator and just somebody that likes to share stuff, right? Like, we want to put out, content all the time. But if you're like, man, I could make like one massive decluttering video every 2 weeks instead of publishing, all of the, like sacrifice 2 videos to publish one of these, or sacrifice 3 videos to publish one of these. Or just get them in there anyway, one of the two. But I would definitely be leaning on that a little bit more, because clearly people enjoy this. Like, this is what I love about YouTube. When I see stuff like this, I'm like, okay, wait a minute. So people are watching her declutter for, hours on end. That's incredible. So really quick, this is a big moment right here for anybody that's paying attention to things. Everybody on YouTube is talking about how people have lost their attention spans, and TikTok has ruined attention spans, and YouTube Shorts are ruining attention spans and things like that. She's got 200. Where's that one? We'll just use this one. 179,000 views on an hour and 55-minute video. She's got 200 and something thousand on another one that she did. That was 2 hours and something. People aren't losing attention. They just have to be interested in the content. That's the message, right? Every 3 months or so is when I do the marathons. Yeah, I would, there's several videos combined. Interesting. But you need to make more videos to get to it. Yeah, I would definitely, I'm not sure if you're doing this as like a hobby or if you're, full-time already, or if you're trying to go full-time, but I would definitely try to work those in more because people love them. Your audience specifically, the people that YouTube is showing your content to, they're digging that. So another, just, some food for thought is you have like a whole massive house declutter and they are loving that stuff for, like a 2-hour video. You might want to try, because you have like the decluttering, you have like a whole house, declutter. And this is going to sound counterintuitive. And I know that you said these are, combined videos. But one thing to experiment with is, and I would just try this. I mean, if you're open to this, just to see if you haven't done it already, is some of these videos here that you're making that are, 8 minutes, 5 minutes, things like that. We can even see here that, your longer content is definitely getting favored. So one thing I would experiment with, if you are willing to do this, is for the beginning of the video, keep it similar in terms of like editing style and things like that people are already responding to. But one thing that I would try is I would try to loosen up on the editing a little bit and just kind of leave in a little bit of space and things like that. Like keep it interesting. But if you are currently doing like a lot of cuts in your videos and you're, cutting out like, space where you're kind of moving things from here to here, whatever the thing is, I would try to leave some space in there just to kind of expand the videos a little bit. So the rule of thumb is make a video as long as it needs to be, right? However, in this particular case, people are digging the longer content, and it seems like when you publish the longer videos, they seem to be doing better as well. So here you're under 10 minutes, here you're under 10 minutes, here you're under 10 minutes. Granted, these are all brand new videos, but here, right out of the gate, these aren't performing as well as this one that is a 23-minute video. Here under 10 minutes, 8,000 views, 2 hours, 83,000 views, 24 minutes, 12,000 views, 21 minutes, 24,000 views, 12 minutes, 8,000 views. So this is also kind of not there. 9 minutes, 3,000 views, 8 minutes, 5,000 views, 16 minutes, 2,000 views. I'm actually disappointed in that one, because the 16 minutes, I figured it would do a little bit better. Let's see here. 8, looking for any more longer ones. Okay, 16 minutes, 24 minutes, 9,000. Okay. 5,000, 16. Okay, so maybe not. Hold on. 79. Yeah, okay, so maybe not. Yeah, because some of them are hit, some of them are, some of them not so much, but it seems like the like 20, 25, plus minute videos, they seem to be performing better in some cases, but not all. So one thing I'd experiment with and just see if people respond to it is that. Another thing that I recommend that you do specifically in your case is go into the grouping feature. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with this feature or not, but inside of your YouTube analytics, you have a grouping feature. So if you go into advanced mode, so you do this at the channel level. So you go into channel analytics, not an individual video. And then when you're in that analytics up in the top right, you're going to see advanced mode. Click on advanced mode. When you're in that area, the next thing that you can do is if you click where your channel name is, and I know it's a weird place, but it's where they put it. They also have it under the compare option. But if you click on your channel name, then it's going to pop up a box. And then over on the right-hand side of that box, you're going to see a tab that says groups. So what I would do is I would group together your really long videos. Let's say I would do 10 to 15 minute videos as one group. Let's say just put 10 to 15 of them together. If you have that much, if you have that many videos, we'll just say 10 or 5, if that's all you have, that you can compare. So do 10 to 15 minute videos. Let's say at least, 5 of each if you can. Do 15 to 20 minute videos, 20 to 25, and then 25 plus. And compare all of them against each other and see if you notice a pattern of just typically the longer videos doing well. The reason that I'm recommending this is because if you find that when I publish these shorter videos, people just don't get into them as much and YouTube just doesn't recommend them as much because they're shorter, then in that particular case, that tells you that, it's a good move to move, into the longer content as just kind of like a staple for what it is that you're doing. I can tell you this, anyway, when it comes to YouTube right now, longer content is getting favored anyway. So as long as people are watching it and they're, enjoying the content, which is always the rule, but if you can get people enjoying content, it's just a longer video anyway. They are typically doing better on YouTube right now anyway. So because of that, I would definitely try to make some longer, videos, but first go in your groups and improve either, yes, people are enjoying these more or no, they are not. And the reason that you want to do that is just so you can be informed. And if they are, then you can kind of restructure like, okay, instead of just doing like these quick videos, maybe I do need to spend these longer, spend the time to do these longer videos because, people are eating them up. If that's what you find. Andrew Cannon in the house, what's up, dude? Hope you're doing awesome. But yeah, so a couple things for you, and I'm spending a little bit of extra time on here because this is one to where, she's doing all the stuff, and I believe that just a little bit of tweaking here, and she's already doing awesome. But I think just some small tweaks, and she can really be off to the races here. But yeah, I would definitely go into your analytics, pay attention to your groups, and figure out what people are responding to in terms of video length the best, or what just gets pushed more, essentially. In addition to that, another thing that I would do is on the individual videos, and this is going to sound crazy, but it's going to give you some insights when you do it. So I would go into some of these videos that are like 5 minutes, and I would do the compared to other videos in your audience retention reports and see how you're stacking up against other videos of a similar length. And then I would do the same exact thing for some of these longer videos and see if your videos are doing better because you're outperforming people for some of these longer videos for the ones that are hitting, and see if compared to other videos, if you're massively above average and out competing people on these longer videos. I would definitely look at those things as soon as you get the chance. Another thing that I would work on, like I mentioned earlier, is just a little bit more clarity when it comes to expressing the ideas through the thumbnail. And another thing that might be helpful for you as well, just to make sure you get the right shots and everything, is I would also do the, good old rule, if you're not doing it already, of just thinking about, okay, I'm going to do this video on 17 things to declutter in 16 seconds or less. If that's the video that I'm going to make, how exactly am I going to package this, and try to get those ideas together before you commit to the video. And think about other things too. Like, for example, here you have 17 things to declutter in 60 seconds or less. Also adding like little details to this for the sake of, the word association, like 17 things to declutter in your home in 60 seconds or less. And I know that kind of stretches out the title a little bit and takes you past the recommended character limit in terms of optimizing for every surface. But the idea of getting the in your home in there, or at home, is to just make it crystal clear that, hey, this is something that we're decluttering homes here, and I'm going to show you, 17 things you can do really quick. Other things, and this is just a little minor tweak as well. So you have avoid up here, which is great, but if you do work on this thumbnail, avoid would make the readability on this just a little bit easier too. Avoid these 11 things in your home, right? Bam. It's just like wham. Don't have is also fine, but you reduce it by a word. So then the comprehension is a little bit better there. So I would also consider, swapping that out too. Okay. I'm going to explore your channel here just a little bit more because, like I said, I think that you're already on your way. But I think that, the things that I can share with you specifically, will be helpful. Okay. So another tip I'm going to give you here is when it comes to your description, I know you're going for recommendation traffic here for this, but one thing that I would definitely do is you have here realistic pantry declutter and organize, declutter with me. That actually sends down to this video. One thing that I would do is when you are writing your descriptions is I would be very mindful of the words that you're using. So one thing that can help your video show up in YouTube search, even if you're not optimized for it here, as long as people respond to it for the result, is YouTube is looking at your title. It's looking at what it is that you say and show in the video. And it's also using your description for additional context as well. So one thing that I would start doing with your content to see if you can get more search traffic, if you can improve that on top of the recommendation traffic that you're getting, is to make sure that you are using, keywords, keyword phrases in your description. And by using them, I don't mean like just taking a word and cramming it in there. I mean, just using it as part of the story that you're already telling. So here you've got declutter in there, that's fine. But basically, if you're going like, this bathroom clutter must go, the example of this in practice would be something about, learn how to declutter your bathroom or how to declutter a bathroom because, things are starting to pile up again, which means you got decluttering done in my bathroom, but I would link all this together right here, and just look for other ways that people might be searching for that, and just squeeze in like maybe 2, maybe 3 keyword phrases in there if you can get them in there. This does a couple of things. One is it can help when it comes to search, but also the system uses this for recommendations too. So then that way it could connect you to people that are looking for those types of things and stuff like that, and actually recommend your content to some of those people too. And really quick, let me see, just so that you, hold on. And I have to change it to this really quick, just so that I can show you exactly what I'm talking about here. Hold on. Yeah, this one's for search specifically, and this is taken directly from Google Help, but it says when it comes to videos ranked in search, how well the title, description, and video content match the viewer search. So when it comes to the recommendations, there's also documentation. I thought I had it in there, but there's also documentation about that too, in terms of being clear in your video descriptions and how that adds additional context. But you can find that in, it's either the Google Help pages or the youtube.com/creators, their educational resource, one of them there. Let's see here, sending people to other videos. This is fantastic. By the way, I'm not sure if you're using it or not yet, but if you are not, so TubeSpanner, just as a quick, it's not working when I click on it. Oh, I bet because I'm zoomed in. All right, well, we're not going to do it. So never mind. But I was going to say they have an upload assistant that to where you can kind of pre-add all of this stuff for different video descriptions, and then you can just pick like, okay, I want this one to go in there. So you don't have to actually go find something, copy and paste it. You just do it all within the upload assistant. It makes it faster. This video, we have storage baskets. So one thing, I mean, I guess you do have it. I guess these are all the storage baskets, so that's fine, I guess. Cabinet organizer, you got your affiliate disclaimer in there. Products I love and use often, fantastic, love it. Okay. Yep. Yeah, you're doing awesome. Absolutely awesome. So yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. I would just work on your thumbnails as a key, key component to what it is that you're doing. I would also manually, not a huge deal because they have the auto generated in there. I would also manually be making sure that you have good subtitles in your videos, and the reason for that, sometimes YouTube subtitles, and the reason I'm saying this is because you're getting a lot of views right now. So I'm just talking about little detailed stuff that we normally don't talk about. But like the auto generated, when you have that on, if YouTube auto captions your videos and you're not double checking those, sometimes their system can put words in there that you didn't say, or it can think that you said something else. Sometimes it can be explicit, those sorts of things. So it just makes it, it just ensures that all of the clarity in there, is as it should be. Yeah, fantastic. I'm going to double check something here too. Clutter, fantastic. So what I'm looking for here for everybody else that's hanging out is she's doing a thing on bathroom decluttering. I'm looking to see the relevance in what it is that she's linking to and making sure that that's all relevant, which it is. Yeah, doing awesome. So keep it up. Keep it up. Yeah, doing awesome. And I would definitely, work on the packaging, because I think that'll make a big difference for you. And in addition to that, I would go in and I would just, really dig into my analytics and start looking at those longer videos. I'd be grouping them together. I have a short on my channel, and I don't have a lot of shorts, so you can easily find it. But I have a short on my channel. If you don't know how to find that grouping feature, that will show you really quick how to get to it. All right. Next one is, oh, I was clicking on it while sketching. Oh, that's okay. That was a user. Oops, that was a user error then. My apologies. Okay, for the next word, let's do hydrate, because everybody keeps telling me to hydrate. So hydrate's going to be the word, and we can all just take a moment and hydrate after you put the word in. And you only have to put the word in once. If you are just joining us, the way that you get your channel pulled up is you just got to put the word hydrate into the chat right now. And when you put that in there, then it's going to automatically log you into the system there. And when it logs you into the system, again, it's only going to log you once, regardless of how many times you say it. So you don't have to say it a lot, but just put the word hydrate in there, and it's going to add you to the queue here, or not the queue, but it's going to add you to this. And then I'm going to hit the draw button, which is the little blue button down there in the middle. And then it's going to randomly pick somebody that put in that word. Yeah, I think they're all saying I look thirsty, Danielle. Like, that's what's going on. Everybody's like, man, he looks dehydrated. Like, give that dude some water or something. Okay, so we got 40. We're gonna go ahead and pull it. Can't believe it's been an hour already. Goodness gracious. All right. So next up, we've got Sophia. Sorry about that. Okay. Let me pull this up. Welcome to my Sophia's Oasis food channel. Okay, so I had to kind of look around to figure out what it was that you were doing. Couple things just on clarity real quick. I would definitely, I mean, you don't have to, because it's sort of clear here. You're saying that you're sharing delicious foods, but I don't really know if you're just like reviewing foods, if you're showing me how to make them. Not really sure what it is that you're doing. So I would definitely add that clarity there. That's more important than having welcome to my Sophia's Oasis, because they're already here, right? You've got it there, you've got it here, you've got it here. You don't need it here also. Focus this on the value proposition of what it is that you're offering on the channel. As we proceed. You are also doing long form content, so I would not sacrifice the long form content for the sake of bringing attention to your shorts. Instead, let me make this bigger. Instead, I would move your most recent videos on top so that your most recent videos are up here, and then your shorts are underneath there. If you choose to, to keep those shorts on there. The reason for that is because as people are interacting with your channel page, you want to make sure that they are getting into that, fresh content. Most people are going to be coming in from the other pages of YouTube, but for the people that come here, you want to make sure that everything's easy for them to find. In addition to that, you have 71 videos on your YouTube channel. And I just want to show you something really quick. So out of the 71 videos, when your page loads, I just have access to these 6 down here. And then whatever you've put up here in YouTube Shorts, which is another 6. So I have access to 12 videos at a glance where you have 71 videos. So if possible, if you have the content to support it, I would start breaking down your content into breakfast, lunch, dinner, however it is you feel that is the best for what it is that you're doing, and add those videos into playlists, and then add those playlists into sections here on the channel page. That way, for the people that come here and they're looking for more, they'll be able to quickly and easily find it. But let's get into the nitty gritty, because the channel page stuff, it's important, right? Everything is important. Every small thing that you can do to make it easier for one person to find more videos, the better you're going to do long-term, because you're being considerate of your viewers and you're making it easy for them to watch your content. So that's the whole point of adding the clarity and making it easy for people to find the content. Let's see here. So as we scroll down, forget dry tuna. The seasoned studio steak recipe is amazing. And what is this? Okay, Asian salad. Okay, so that's the name. So you're not mixing languages. That's just the name of it. That's fine. Okay, so the very first thing that I want to bring to your attention, which is the most important mistake that you're making right now, is you promise me as a viewer that you're sharing the most delicious foods with me. But when I look at your channel, I see that you are sharing some of those delicious foods with me. But then I see you're also taking me on a road trip to Switzerland. I see that you are doing a bathroom redesign. I see that as I keep going down, something about you almost losing your finger when you're doing the corn ribs. Here, you are taking another vacation in Switzerland. Same exact thing. So the idea that I'm trying to express that's important for you to know is, as a content creator, you are creating, everybody here, if we like it or not, this is just how it is. You are creating a channel for YouTube. A channel on YouTube is a resource for certain types of viewers who are interested in certain types of content. When it comes to YouTube recommending your videos to viewers on the platform, if you make content that's targeted towards a very specific type of viewer, what's going to happen is YouTube is going to show content to people, and people are going to click on that content and come in and watch it. But when you are making videos on completely different things that are for completely different types of viewers, you start making it difficult for YouTube to recommend your content to the right people. So because of that, what I recommend that you do, Sophie, is that you, I think I'm saying that right. Yeah, Sophia. What I recommend that you do is I recommend that you focus on a specific thing. And the reason this is important is because let's say that this Switzerland video just blew up. But what you really want to do is you really want to, share food with people. But when you put that type of video on the channel and you had 184 people interact with that content, which is more than the food videos it's more than the last it's more than the last 4 food video. Yeah, more than the last 4 food videos. Actually, you got more views on that than most of the food videos on the channel that I'm seeing up here at the top. So what happens is, let's say somebody comes in and they watch that video where you take them on your vacation. Well, when you publish that food video, the Forget the Tuna video, the people that enjoyed that video, YouTube's going to say, hey, they enjoyed this content from this channel and they subscribed, maybe they liked it, maybe they left a comment. So they're engaged. Let's show them this other video that they published. And those people aren't going to click on it. When they don't click on it, that tells YouTube that people that are engaged in your content don't like that video. So it sends negative signals to YouTube. So because of that, the big thing that I recommend that you do is, because you're showing, like highlighting the food, all that stuff. You're doing that stuff, right? But I would definitely make sure that you do figure out, like, okay, this is exactly what I want to offer on this channel. This is what I want to get known for, because, as your channel grows, you'll get known for certain things. And I'm going to make sure that the only videos that I publish to this channel are a perfect fit for the people that are interested in in the delicious foods that I'm showing them how to make. That's the biggest thing that I would work on for you right now is that. Okay, we're gonna do another one. Went through that one kind of fast, just because the problem that needs fixed there is a pretty big one, and I also want to just get through some more as well. Let's see here. So let's do. Okay, the word now for this is going to be extension. The reason that it's extension is because TubeSpanner has a browser extension. That browser extension, it works inside of Chrome, it works inside of Firefox, it works inside of Safari, and it has all kinds of cool things in there. So you can access ChatGPT directly through it. It's just kind of reskinned as Kim, the AI assistant, but you can actually use ChatGPT directly inside of the browser extension. You have the upload assistant in there where you can quickly put together video descriptions or add video descriptions or add videos to your video descriptions, add customizable things that you choose to add. So for example, if some of your videos you need an Amazon disclosure, but not all of them, then in that case, you can say, okay, Amazon disclosure, and then you just click on that, and then it will just add that into your descriptions. It makes uploading like a gazillion times faster. If you're a live streamer, it's even better. In addition to that, they also make it to where you can share your videos out onto social media without having to leave YouTube, and you can schedule them for later sharing as well within the extension. Also, as part of the extension, there's a notepad in there so that when you're enjoying streams like this, or you're watching competitor videos, or you're just watching any video on YouTube, you can actually take notes on the video, and it saves those notes. So if you need to go back into the video, you have all those timestamps in there, and you can just jump straight to those points. And you can also use it to chapter your videos, your own videos. But you can try that out if you go to tubespanner.com. I think it's /extension or extensions. It will take you to the page to where it'll just send you to whatever, app store or whatever. Or if you just go to Google search and you type in TubeSpanner Chrome Store or TubeSpanner Firefox Store, whatever you name that one, then you can find it there too. All right, here we go. Hitting the draw button. Azabi reviews. All right, Azabi reviews. Here we go. Let's get it. Okay. Okay, Azabi reviews. So Azabi reviews just starting out. So we got 58 videos on the channel. We're at 46 subscribers. Welcome. You're welcoming Haven into the realm of entertainment. Whether you're a gamer, anime aficionado, bookworm, movie buff, or music lover, you found your tribe here. Okay, this is another one of those scenarios where it's really important to just pick a lane or pick an audience that you're trying to serve, and make sure that you are serving them relentlessly with content that they enjoy and that they're likely to watch back to back, so that when somebody watches, let's say somebody watches this video, they're like, wow, this is great. And then YouTube recommends more of your content to them, then they can watch it. Also, when they land on your channel page, if they go and they want more because they loved your video, that everything on your channel is relevant, right? It's like, oh, I can watch any of this. I love it. Then people will subscribe at a higher rate for the future value that they're anticipating from your channel and from the past value of the archive that you already put together. I would also close caption your videos just for accessibility, which I see that you have here on one video, but none of the rest. So it looks like you're focusing on the imagery of the, the anime stuff that you are talking about, which is good. I believe manga. So you're staying on brand here with your recent uploads. That's good. Ooh, they liked this one. Oh, okay, so most of your content short. So you're pretty much just getting started then on the long form content. So really, I mean, I just want to, put a spotlight on you really quick, if you don't mind, because the fact that you've just uploaded 8 long form videos and you've already got one that has 1,000 views on it, another one that has 1,000 views on it, and one that has 2.4 thousand views on it. Like, that's a great start. I just want you to know that. So, like if you've primarily, been putting out shorts, and that's why you have, so many videos on the channel, making shorts and making long form is 2 totally different games. So the fact that you're already getting 1,000 views here, 1,000 views here, 2.4 thousand views, you're on the right path, right? In terms of how you're putting your content together. You definitely need to work on, some of it, of course. But one thing that I recommend that you do is that you go in and you really start asking yourself, because your audience, better than I do. But you really start asking yourself, oh, okay, so you started shorts at the same time. So you've only been making videos for a month. Fantastic. Yeah, you're doing awesome, just so you know. So So when you are, what was I going to say? Oh yeah. The thing that I recommend that you do is you go into your analytics, because you do have a little bit of data on the channel, is go in and start looking and trying to understand like where the views came from these. Like, did they come from home pages? Did they come from suggested videos? Did they come from search? And the reason that you want to do that is that's going to just help you understand where your views are coming from, and it might give you something to lean into. So for example, you're probably going to find that this particular video right here with the most views on it, this probably came from home pages or suggested videos. And when you identify that type of thing, then what you can do is you can sit back and you can ask yourself, okay, why do I think people responded to this when this was presented to them on the homepage? Was it the topic itself? Was I clear in the thumbnail and helping people identify this? Go into your audience retention reports, which, just in case you're not familiar, every video on YouTube has an audience retention report that is a second-by-second graph of how people respond to the content over time when they're watching it. So another thing that I want you to do, and this is all for your own understanding because you're just getting started, is go in to this video right here, go into your audience retention reports and look at the absolute retention. So you can see like, okay, my beginning of my video, how was I able to grab people's attention? Where did I end up losing them? How far did they make it in the video? Did I get anybody to the end? So you can start understanding how they're responding there. But the bigger thing that I want you to do is I want you to compare this. You have a drop down if you're on a computer. If not, you can access this through desktop mode on your Chrome browser on your phone. But basically, if you select the compared to other videos option, it's going to show you how competitive the video is. And the reason that I want you to see this is because you're going to likely see that this particular video here was better than this video here in terms of compared to other videos. So I would definitely go in and look at that just for your own understanding of kind of what's happening. In addition to that, compare these when you do find for this one, like where the views came from, homepage, suggested video search. Go and look at one of these videos that didn't do as well and look at the impressions that both of them got. You can actually use the compare feature directly inside of your analytics to do this. But you can look at the impressions that both of them got on the different pages of YouTube, and you can start to figure out like, okay, hey, people clicked on this one more and they watched it for a longer period of time from home pages, so that's why it did better. However, the people that watched this one, they still watched it for a similar period of time, but they didn't click on it as much. And I'm just using this as an example. I'm not sure if that's what happened. But when you start noticing these things, then it's going to help you be able to identify when changes need to be made. So for example, if you find, since you have this video that did better, if you find that people are watching this one for a similar length of time, but they're not clicking on it as much in comparison, compared to the amount of impressions on the specific pages of YouTube that I'm talking about here for home and suggested, then in that particular case, you can say, okay, well, they're not responding to this one in comparison. So what I need to do is I need to update this. Right? I need to update the thumbnail and title on this to see if I can make it a little bit more compelling or maybe a little bit more clear from the outside. But I would definitely do that. So really quick, says all of them got from the main page of YouTube or the next up recommendation. Let's see here. It had the best retention. So the Shaman King. Which one is that? Shaman King. Okay, yeah, at 11 minutes had the best retention on it. Love that you know this information already. That's great. So I started to do the first thumbs before the script to make the thumbs look better at first. Yeah, great. Yeah, you're making the right moves. Keep going in the direction that you're going. Let's see here. Also, when you are looking at the retention, make sure that you are keeping in mind the impressions, because this one had a lot more impressions on it, which ended up leading to, the more views. This one has, a lot of impressions too, but this particular one here, I would basically compare, because this is the best video right now, right, that you have. So I would compare everything against this and just look for the differences and how people responded, and then start getting into the psychology of it. Like, okay, for people that are into this type of content, like, why do I think they responded better to this compared to the other one? Is the Shaman King more popular, less popular than the post-apocalyptic manga? Like, what are the factors that I think my audience cares about the most? So the reason that I'm wanting you to do all of these things is so that you can just get super clear on what it is that people are responding to around your type of content, so that you can, push it. Even with more views, the Shaman King has more watch hours. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's really good. Good on the Shaman King in terms of the watch hours. But one thing in terms, even though this one has more views, So yes, the watch hours matters. So does, I mean, especially because you're trying to get, monetized and all that, but the watch hours definitely matters. But another thing that also, matters is how often people are clicking on it. The average percentage viewed also matters, like everything matters. So because of that, I would just go in and compare everything and just look for the differences on how people responded to this one compared to how they responded to this one and all of these. But it looks like you're already doing that. Let's see here. So one thing that I would do, especially in your case, because you're just getting started, is when you're writing your descriptions, fill out the description. So like write it out, right? Like write out, some details about the video, talk about the characters in there, put their names in there. You want to do it all in natural language and you want to actually fill it out, right? Fill out the description. YouTube recommends, and you can find this information in the Google Help pages around video descriptions, but they recommend that you use a paragraph or 2 paragraphs to explain what your video is about. This helps give the system context, and it helps viewers just have a better understanding of the video for the people that will go and look at that. But what we're doing it for is we're doing it for the viewers, but really we're doing it to give the system more context, if we're honest, right? So because of that, I would definitely just make sure that for all your new uploads, and technically you can go in and do it on this one too, or on any of them, but I would definitely write a paragraph or 2 about what it is that's happening in the video. Make sure that you mention the actual show, make sure that you mention the characters, make sure you mention kind of what's happening in there, because the system is using that for context. Another thing is make sure that you are checking your hashtags, and this goes for everybody. Make sure that you are using, or that you are checking the hashtags. What you want to look for here is, in this particular case, they have review as one of the hashtags. What you want to look for is, if my video were to show up here, is it a perfect fit for the people that, for my video? So can I use this as a way to gain traffic, not just to leak traffic, right? Not just to leak views, but to actually bring views into my channel. So here you got Resident Evil 4. So it is, gaming stuff, Doctor Who. So this one's a movie. Not sure what's going on over here or here. So yeah, these all seem kind of general. So yeah, one thing that I would definitely do is I would, instead of using review, I would just try to find hashtags that are relevant. You get the option to use up to 60 hashtags, just so you know, but just make sure that the ones that you're using are relevant, because right now you can send people away through this, but based on the videos that YouTube is prioritizing here for the result, you currently can't bring people in for this, right? So because of that, just use hashtags that you can also bring people in with. And you don't have to put here for this last timestamp, you don't need to put that in there, by the way. Gonna look at something here really quick. Yeah, so another thing that I want to bring to your attention, just for everybody really quick, is with TubeSpanner, because right now it looks like he's using Linktree. So here it just has raw links in here. Just a heads up with TubeSpanners. And I actually took my video out. But with TubeSpanner's link and bio tool, which is part of your TubeSpanner account, you can add background graphics, you can color the links, you can add text up here, you can have your profile picture in here, you can add whatever links that you want. There's also the functionality in there, which I'm making a custom video for it, which is why I took mine down. But you can also have a video in here. You can add images to it. So if you're if you are somebody that has a store or something like that, then you can add images there to bring attention to your store with a link. All kinds of really cool stuff there. So if you are somebody that's using Linktree, I definitely recommend you hop over to the TubeSpanner side, because as you can see the difference in terms of just cleaner and nicer and all that good stuff. This one's made for creators specifically. Linktree is made for the general public. What else we got here? Yeah, man. So first off, again, I just want to again just say that you're on the right path. You're doing the right thing. The fact that you've already got some videos popping off and you're just getting started, like you get it. So just keep riding that and keep trying to improve. And also just make sure that you are analyzing your videos and that you're not just looking at the numbers. Just make sure that you do remember that the numbers are only a reflection of how people responded to the content. So your job is to see those numbers and see, you're seeing that reflection, you're seeing how people responded, and try to think about and understand why the people that you're trying to reach are responding the way that they are. And you want to keep working on that in terms of like, okay, I'm really trying to get into a really deep understanding of what it is that people are really into around this type of content. And you use all those metrics in order to do that. Yeah, love it. Love seeing people just starting out and they're winning already. Absolutely love it. Okay, so next up on our list, we are going to do, and I'm just going to leave it up so you guys can just watch me type it in, make this easy for all of us here. We are just going to do what is this thing called? Sketch tool. So just in case you didn't notice, I've been drawing all over the screen this whole time, like I always do during these. And when it comes to TubeSpanner, they also have the sketch tool. That's what I've been using to draw on this. Says that's what I try to get the understanding about how to get my videos better as CTR and retention. Yeah, that's why I want lots of feedback. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, like I'm excited to watch your progress as you go along. So you can do that link tray as well, but I was not sure if I need to focus on that. Okay, got it. Do you mean help you? Sure, not really. Make content and pass a little. Okay. Yeah, good. Yeah, I can just see by the like approach that you're taking here and the things that you're saying that you're really trying to get a good handle on what you got to do here as Zabi reviews. So love seeing that. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and draw this one. Bam. 200 and something thousand views on a 2-hour compilation. Love it. Absolutely love it. Creator Classroom. Here we go. Okay. Are you using Sean's? Oh, interesting. All right. So right out of the gate, I already know what you do, so I'm a little bit biased here because I already understand what's going on, just so that everybody has that clarity. But Creator Classroom, learn how to use Canva for YouTube. Pretty clear, if you ask me. Let's see here. Learn how to use Canva for your YouTube channel to reach its full potential. Fantastic. Got that going to your Amazon store. Hold on really quick. Okay, so you're prioritizing it on that. That works. Focusing on the most recent videos. That also works. Yeah, so just as a heads up, like here, I would definitely try to find a photo that's like a little bit worse and do the improvement for the thumbnail, just so it's like a more drastic change. Also, when it comes to the titles themselves, like here, you have turn bad photos into great YouTube posts with Canva for free. I would do turn bad photos into great photos with Canva for free, or turn bad photos into great photos for YouTube thumbnails for free. I would do one of those approaches versus using YouTube posts on there, because just a little bit of disconnect, even for me, because like I'm totally into YouTube, in case you didn't know, and like seeing YouTube and posts next to each other, and I know it means that you're posting videos, but yeah, that I just have like a big disconnect with that language, or like make Turn bad photos into, make your YouTube thumbnail photos look great in Canva. That would help ensure that you're in front of the right viewers or that you have the right people clicking on it. That also gets the word Canva in there. And then that also expresses the idea as well. Community tab. Oh, this is about community tab. Okay. Yeah. So keep in mind, like, if you're focused on the community tab, now it makes sense that you use post. So with this, as you can see, because I know you come to these reviews a decent amount. So YouTube creators are making thumbnails way more than they're, using their community feed. A lot of people use the community feed too, but usually when we pull up channels, we've got, like one post every so often, where with thumbnails, every time somebody makes a video, they're making a thumbnail for it. So the reason I'm explaining that is because when we make content for YouTube, if we make something that is only of interest to this smaller amount of people, right? Then in that case, that's our limit, right? Ooh, you know what I'll actually do? Let me do it this one. Let me do the circle. So if we make videos and it's for that small amount of people, then we're just kind of stuck in this box, right? And that's people that are interested in making better photos for a community post. And then if you have the amount of creators that make thumbnails that could get value from that, then it gives you the opportunity to reach a much broader amount of people with that, just based on the topic alone, right? Because when it comes to YouTube, for everybody, when it comes to YouTube, like, topic is everything. Like, I mean, of course, you got to get people to click and all that, but like when it comes to, trying to get views on your videos, the topic carries like most of the weight. And the reason for that is because of this right here, right? When you talk about things that not as many people are interested in, then you're putting limits on how far the video can go. But if you can break outside of those limits by just doing a small tweak on how you're going to present the thing, and just, and again, this is one of those things that starts at the ideation stage, right? Like, okay, this is what I'm going to make the video about. Is there any way that I can make this broader? Is another question that you might want to ask. So it's still within my niche, but it's going to reach a wider amount of people, or be of interest to a wider amount of people within my niche, or that are interested in this type of content. Then it helps you kind of hedge against, these types of things where you put those limitations on yourself. This is also another thing that everybody here can leverage, is popularity, right? Because when it comes to, I actually just made a short about this, but like, when it comes to popular things, you can use popular things to bring attention to yourself because they're already popular and there's already a lot of people that know about those things. And I'm not saying, in your particular case, Jennifer, but like but everybody here, including you, can leverage things that are already popular to bring attention to themselves, because it's popular because it's already a lot of people interested in it. The same exact thing applies here, to where when you're making content about things that people are, there's more people that are interested in it, then it just gives you that opportunity to reach more people. And I know that you mentioned here that this was a request for community posts. So there is what viewers are asking for. And then there's you as the creator that can say, okay, this is what they want. So I'm going to give them that, but I'm going to actually make this about something bigger. So the way that you could have done that in this situation is you could have said, okay, I'm going to show you how to do this with thumbnails. And you could actually just mention this in the video. So I'm going to show you how to do this, how to make your thumbnails look better. You can also use this same concept for community post images that you're going to be posting on, Instagram or on Facebook. You can use it anytime you need the image for anything. You can use Canva to make your thumbnail or to make your images look better. And I'm going to show you how to do it. Right. And by doing that, you are qualifying people, that came in for the thumbnail stuff, but you're also letting them know, that this is also something for, that they could also use in other ways. Yeah, YouTube. Like when you're filling out your description, I would definitely fill out more up here. I know you're trying to get people into the affiliate link and you're trying to keep that above the fold. But the way that YouTube is modifying everything right now, because in a lot of cases, they're testing. I'm not going to say a lot of cases, but they're testing something right now where they're actually putting video descriptions over here. I don't know if you've seen that or not. But basically, they are reserving this down here for videos, and then they're putting descriptions over here, and you have to actually click into it, and you don't even get much of a preview at all, if you even get one. I can't remember. But the idea is that when you are, prioritizing this sort of thing in the description, and keep in mind, right now, this is still available. Obviously, you can see it on the screen, so it's fine. But I would definitely just make sure that if you are going to use this little bit of text, that this text is also just more broad, right? Look no further to improve your next YouTube post on the community tab. If this is about turning the bad photos into great photos, I would actually focus the language more on that, because that's what you're actually showing here. Regardless of where it's for, you're showing them how to turn bad photos into good ones, right? So because of that, I would just try to add a little bit of clarity there. So you have a website, I believe. Hold on. I think. Oh, okay. No, you don't. I thought you had a website. Okay, never mind. I was going to recommend that you bounce these links off of your website just because they're cleaner. Like they don't, so they don't look intimidating. But it's okay. Like that you're optimizing these too. Good move. Yeah, this one here too. I know it's a live stream, but here you say, I wonder if you're just trying to live stream, if that's what that was. But yeah, like this one that you streamed 5 days ago. Truthfully, I'm scared to try new things, but right, I'm be terrified, but try new things. This is also one to where adding a little bit more clarity to what it is that's going on can be really advantageous. So here, this is another one where you want to make sure, and I know that you got the YouTube logo and the Canva logo and the Instagram logo, but just being like, okay, how does this packaging grab somebody's attention that would be interested in the things I'm going to be talking about? That's also my target viewer. So instead of doing something like this, that's just kind of, open, which opens okay if it creates a curiosity gap of some kind, which might be what you're going for here with the but. But right now, I would try to just make these a little bit more clear, especially while it's live, so that you can try to get more. So you can try to get more people participating. Yeah, like here too, right? Like 7 Canva tools to design a better YouTube thumbnail. One thing that I would experiment with, I'm not sure if you have YouTube's A/B testing tool or not yet, but one thing I would experiment with is because I know you have Canva on here, but if you look at how small that is, like if that were to show up in suggested videos, there would be no indication that this is about Canva at all. So one thing that I would do, since the whole thing is about Canva tools designed to design better YouTube thumbnails, is maybe like highlight like one of the tools in there, maybe like an image of, a particular tool that might stand out, maybe make the Canva logo a little bit bigger, kind of like what you're doing here with like the YouTube logo, because that's a simple logo and it's easy. But unfortunately, since Canva uses text as their logo and they don't have an icon that I'm aware of, or at least it's not being used here, it makes it really difficult to tell that it's Canva when it's small like that. So I would try to find a solution for that, either putting the word Canva in text, or just making the logo bigger. But I think the first thing I would try, because that logo is going to have to get pretty big in order for it to really stand out. So I think just using the word Canva, somewhere in there might do the trick. But basically, 7 Canva tools to design better thumbnails, have like, Canva, and then have like just like a focus on the tool, right? This is clear. New Canva features to use for better video editing. Yeah, clear. Updated video editor, right? All that's clear. Animated words to videos using Canva features. So these types of things too, right? Like, and this is like a bigger thing than just like titles and thumbnails. And it's the topics, right? I think some of the things that you're doing, I mean, yes, you're probably feeling like you're probably going up here and you're probably looking to see the things that people are searching for, you know, around this, which is fine because then you can basically create a bunch of leaves that are on the branches of the tree. But one thing that I would be trying to do right now with your channel is search traffic is great and it's super consistent, but I would really be working on right now trying to grab people's attention from the homepage or just recommendations in general. And one of the things that I would do is I would try to find the things that are the most broad, because like, yes, you have where you're serving YouTube content creators with, you know, showing them how to use Canva specifically. I think limiting it to YouTube is a little bit limiting specifically with what it is that you're doing. I think social media in general would be like a bigger, you know, like a wider audience that you could reach. But, you know, just focusing on YouTube creators is fine. But if you are going to just focus on YouTube creators, then I would try to really look into things before you commit to making a video, and try to at least, like, you don't have to do this for every video. Like if you're like, hey, I've got stuff that I need to make, only allowed to use that particular logo, and we have rules on sizing. That's exactly what I was going for. So I removed the website. We're definitely going to be doing a Linktree thing. My website is not up to date. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. But basically, the idea that I'm trying to express is that when you talk about things that not a lot of people are going to be interested in like quickly, then it can make for extremely slow growing videos, versus making as part of your content strategy of like, okay, I'm publishing, you know, X amount of videos per month. Out of those videos that I'm publishing every month, I'm making this many search targeted videos, and then I'm making these videos that are going to be more appealing to a broader audience within the niche. So it'd still be content creators, but they are going to be specifically designed for trying to get more attention from the recommendation features. Therefore, those videos, I'm going to specifically make sure that topically they're as broad as possible to solve problems that content creators are having around designing things. That would be the thing that I would be trying to work on right now. Because if you do that, and I'm guessing because this update happened, so I'm guessing that, you know, topically you won here on this one. But one thing that I would definitely do is I would try to work in videos that do have that potential to, you know, to get in front of a larger amount of people just based on the topic by itself, or be of interest to a larger amount of people based on the topic. Even little things, right? Like, you know, updated video editor. So like how to edit videos for YouTube using Canva, right? You've probably got that in here already. But, you know, like something like that is like, well, hey, that, you know, video editors for YouTube plus, you know, plus you got the Canva thing in there. So you're, you know, kind of winning all across the board there. But yeah, like right now, I think the best thing that you could do right now is try to work on like the broader topics. So hopefully that helps. And on that note, I want to thank everybody for hanging out. So if you haven't checked out TubeSpanner yet, make sure that you do that just so you can check it out, see, you know, if you think it can help you or not. Just go to tubespanner.com. You can check it out. There's a link down in the video description. We are doing these more frequently now. We are getting these in bi-weekly. However, next week, well, actually, you know what I think? Yeah, for bi-weekly, I think we'll actually be good to go because I'll be back from the UK, I think, at that time. Let me check. So 1, 2, yeah, I'll be back. So yeah, so I'll see you in about 2 weeks. So if your channel didn't get pulled up today, swing back by, you know, the next time that we do these, keep an eye out in my community feed. Make sure that you are subscribed here to the TubeSpanner channel so that you can know when we're doing these. Have a fantastic rest of your week, and make sure you hit the like button on the way out. And everybody have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next time.